Welcome back. I'm reaching out to people right now and letting them know, and this is for some people, okay, that you have spiritual inheritances that are locked and sealed away. And there are people who have been trying to go off the reservation, to hijack your energy, to do a spiritual heist. And they will never know who protects your spiritual, let's call it, I'm not even gonna say it, I'm not even gonna give them that, let's just say it's locked and sealed away. And it's protected by some very, very, very protective ancestors. We're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of years old in our years, in Earth years. Let's put it that way. That's how special you are. That's how destined you are. And the more they try, they'll slip up and it will hurt. I'm not talking physically, spiritually, it will hurt them and everyone involved. I'm speaking on a very serious topic right now. It will hurt them and everyone they are involved with. And we're not talking 1, 2, 3 people, we're talking many. And the people who are hip to what they've been trying to do have been telling them no. And they think there will be no reprisal, no blowback. And I'm putting it out here because I don't want to see people lose their spiritual gifts. I don't want to see people put other people's spiritual gifts at risk over someone's greed or their I can get it done. It's kind of like when someone does drugs, right? Like methamphetamines and stuff. They'll get they'll get all what do they call that? Grandiose. Like, oh, I can do this. All we have to do is do this over here. We can slide through over here. And all we have to do is be there at the right time. And just like some real far-fetched stuff. Real far-fetched stuff. And this is what they're trying to do. They're in a rabbit hole right now. And they're like so committed, but they don't want to back out because they swear they can get it done. No, you're not. This is it. This is at a level, a cosmic level, that even Akashic records won't even open. This is something that was destined and prophesied. We're talking 4,000 or 5,000 years in our years. It's bigger than 1, 2, 3 people going off the reservation. They don't know how serious it is. It's like trying to break through. If you ever played World of Warcraft, right? It's like the Horde trying to raid Stormwind and get to the auction house. That's how serious this is. It will be locked away, and the thing is, they're trying to delay that. They're trying to delay it. That will always be there for you. That is yours. That is yours. That is destined for you. And the more they try, the more they hurt themselves, their career, their reputation, and everybody around them. Everyone involved with them. And those who know true spiritual, those who are on the level I'm talking about, they'll know what I'm talking about. And this isn't out of too big for my britches, ego and all, like, no, we're talking, and nothing good can ever come from the heist that they're trying to pull. Nothing good will come. And they don't realize it. They're caught up in it. They're in a trap of their own making. Here I am trying to talk them out of their own trap. That's why I heal. That's what I'm meant to do. That's what I'm trying to talk sense into somebody that doesn't want it, that doesn't welcome realism, realistic. It's something that will not happen. They will not get entry. They have tried for a very long time to copy, to lie, to really manipulate a lot of things. And the time has come and it's over. It's over. All the cycles, all the chances, everything that they know, the ethers, your your etheric ancestors, your family know who you are. The fog has lifted. It's impossible for this to happen. Literally, it's like raiding Stormwind in World of Warcraft. Remember how they used to have like 4 or 5 different raid parties trying to go into Stormwind and raid, and it's not going to happen. And I'm tired of seeing, not just feeling the energies of people putting their own spiritual family in the ringer. Like, they're not just accountable for themselves, they're accountable to their spiritual lineage, okay? We're not talking religion, we're talking spiritual lineage. See, they needed you weak. They needed you docile and running around crazy and all sorts of other low vibrational things, right? They needed that. It's not happening anymore. It's not. And they're upsetting very, very well established, very important people. They're upsetting them. But they're so blinded by greed. And anyways, and I'm not even gonna say possibilities. I'm just saying nothing will fit with a person that's not worthy of what is coming to you, because you had to do the work. You had to do the certain work at certain times in a certain progression that was already set out by God. This was already set out by God. It's kind of like, it was already set in stone. There's no way about it. All I know is I'm tired of seeing people hurting themselves, because it hurt. Now, if they were to move on and go on their own way and try to make a fortune of their own and all this, but yet, see, they weren't, this lifetime wasn't what they were supposed to do. They weren't supposed to come into this lifetime and have all these, what they see as big things. No, see, this is your reward. This is you came into this life and you've done a lot of things for many people, a lot of sacrifices for a very long time. This is your seeds that you sowed, your ancestors sowed, right? For you, for the accumulation. And they're trying to come in and hijack that. They've tried to make you seem unworthy. They've tried to defame your name. They've tried to keep you strung out on drugs. They try to keep in succubus relationships. They've really tried to go the gauntlet to make you seem like you're unworthy, when, you know what, most likely you were supposed to go through all that to get to where you are. To be prepared to when you come into that, you're ready, you're equipped. You can handle it and be responsible with it. They're so blinded they can't see the big picture of what's supposed to happen. They don't. All they're seeing is, like, to them it's dollar signs. To you, it's like this. You don't mind, like, the dollar signs, but no, what you are so welcoming of and so want is the spiritual aspect of it. You know what I mean? Money is derivative of all that. See, they wouldn't be able to hold on and utilize, and literally they're unworthy of these spiritual gifts. God, the universe, your ancestors wouldn't give them these gifts anyways, because look what they had to do, look what they went through to try to acquire that. You get what I'm saying? It took a one of a kind, pure, loving soul to get to the point. They don't get this. They don't. They've been lied to by demons. They've been lied to by just insidious beings. You know what I mean? Like puppeted. And that's sad. That's sad that people have allowed demons and these entities to engulf them. To them, the entities, these are just puppets. These are just play toys for them. to try to prevent you from getting to your spiritual inheritance, to your allowance, what you're meant to have. And they're blinded by all this. They've been like lied to about riches. They've been promised something that's not going to reach them. So this is kind of like a call out to all those who are going against you and against me and everybody like us, that this is what's happening to them. I hope they see it. I hope they realize the gravity, and that it's best that they back out and go. This isn't ego. This isn't pride. This is like I don't like people being played for fools. That's first and foremost. I don't, because I've been played for a fool for a long time in my life. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel good when I was hurt in the end. Because I loved, I entrusted, I did all these things, right? It doesn't feel good. So when I see and I feel other people's pain like that, and they don't see it, they're thinking they're going to get all these things, right? They're splitting the box, spinning the blocks, smelling energies, like trying to, like, they're trying to bloodhound you and your energy and all this stuff. Like, and like, you ever seen that movie, The Heist and stuff, right? With Robert De Niro and, what's his name? Not Edward Furlong, but the other guy, Edward Norton, I think, where they set up this big heist, right? And it's in Canada. And Robert De Niro, along the way, started catching on to him a little bit, right? And he made another rod made of gold, or looked like gold. I mean, he just set this up to where it'd be his backup plan. If this guy was double crossing him, he'd be able to make the switch out real quick, right? Because he had that feeling. Well, see, they don't get that feeling. They don't realize, like, they don't understand that that's been made. Like, that was going to be, it was not. It's a fool's errand. Again, this is not ego. This isn't pride. This isn't not all that. No, it's pride before the fall. No, this is like, everybody sit back, assess the situation, and understand. I know it's hard to bite on empty promises. It's hard to understand you've been lied to. It's hard to understand that all this stuff has been a long con done towards you when you thought you were doing it to the other. It's a very long test of sorts, right? I don't know, guys. Just know that. Just stay strong, because all these people, they've been making you into being the wrong person. You know what I mean? They're trying to counterfeit your spiritual identity. They've been literally trying to counterfeit your print within the ethers. They're trying to counterfeit that. Trying to bypass biometrics. Like, they really put time, effort, and resources and all this stuff into this, right? And it's hard to admit that it's not going to happen for some people, And like for you and for me, for us, the spiritual aspect of it is the most beautiful part of it. You know what I mean? Because we've had lifetime after lifetime with money. We've had that. And we've given it away to a lot of people before in our lifetimes, because we see the balance in the universe. We see the beauty in places that are less traveled, And it's been a walk. It's been a walk for all of us. And they don't understand the ones that are protecting our inheritance is almost as old as time itself. And that's hard to fool something as old as time itself. You get what I'm saying? Like, this goes beyond Akashic records. You and I and one's listeners are very old souls. And they didn't want you to know that. They didn't want you to know how old your soul is and where you really came from. But you've known all along. You've been gaslighted for others to make you second guess, or they thought it was just a dream, or or they've really tried their best to misdirect you along the way. You've been through a lot of trials, a lot of proofing, a lot of vetting. You've been through a lot. And they're trying to come in and hijack that. Like they're going to try to fool something older than their souls itself, older than their creation, older than, we're talking old. Stuff they don't understand. They wouldn't even understand if they stood in front of them. You get what I'm saying? They just wouldn't understand. And by trying to fool, that's the worst thing you could ever do. Trying to fool. But they still try because they've been lied to. People have been talking in their ear. Magic done on them. All these lies. And, I've heard of spiritual assassins. But I never really heard of spiritual hijackers. You get what I'm saying? I really caught on to it back when the maintenance guys in my apartment building tried to get me in the same room with them unlocking a box to the elevator and stuff. Some weird whacked out stuff, right? It's not gonna happen. It won't. It's been tried. It's not gonna happen. Just know that, guys. What's meant for you from your family, your ancestors, God Himself, the creator of all things, seen and unseen, all right? What's meant from you, from Him, is going to get to you. It's going to be yours. And see, these people were sent in to slow it down. They think they're going to get a heist. They think they're going to get these things. But they were sent in to slow you down. They don't realize, they haven't been told that. Right? But the one who thinks they have the most to gain is by slowing you down. But they don't see that. They don't understand that. They haven't been told that, right? So this person can't concoct this big idea. Oh, you can take their spiritual inheritance. This is what we got to do. But the job they needed them to do was to slow you down. Putting them at risk. Lying to them. Dragging them along. See, this person who told this to them, made them believe all this stuff, was gaining off of you being slowed down. That's all they were gaining off of. They know they can't. They know it's not allowed. They know it's impossible. The person, the original, the one who hired them, knows it's impossible, but they have something to gain by seeing these people running around trying to slow you down. But these people don't realize they're being puppeted by Him, being lied to. Insidious, I know. That's what they're just trying to slow it. It comes to money, clout, demon time, like just trying to slow the clock down. It's like taking good batteries out and putting half-charged ones. That's what they're trying to do. You get it? And, but you're patient. The thing is, you're patient. God knows you're patient. He created you to be patient. Because He put you through all of this to be patient. It'll get to you. You get what I'm saying? And you're patient. You have everything you need. You will always have everything you need. You get what I'm saying? And they think they're winning and they're slowing this all down. That's what they think they're doing, right? No, they're just being seen and doing this over and over again, and it's making people mad. You get what I'm saying? Because the more they're doing it, the more they're getting caught up, the more they're being found out, and it's sort of like, okay, you slowed them down enough. This is how God does it. Okay, you slowed them down enough. Now we just got to stop what you're doing. If you're not going to do it willingly, we're just going to have to stop you. Because it's meant to get to you. It's going to get to you. You get what I'm saying? And I really say this to others because they probably don't even know they're being puppeted. They're being lied to. but they probably got high on drugs one night and they came up with this thing to where they got really deep down, like, yeah, don't you think it's possible you could do this? You could do it in 3D. Why can't you do it in the 9th dimension? Why can't you do it there? You have to be a certain vibration to get to that dimension anyways. But by doing all this, you're not proving you're worthy of those dimensions. They don't get it. They've been lied to. And, you know, I understand and I know how, like, when you're in psychosis in ways, right? When you're in psychosis, inside, you know, spirituality and psychosis, it can happen, but it's up to you to discern which is which, right? So when you're in psychosis, when you're high on a lot of drugs, right? You're in psychosis. People can twist and embed certain things to make you believe you can really do it. You know what I mean? And then I guess all I'm trying to say, guys, it's going to get to you. It's meant to get to you. Just stay the course, be patient, stay in alignment with God, stay in alignment with Jesus, with the universe, just stay in alignment. You know, just stop, assess your situation. Life is good. You're taken care of. You know it. And, you know, just, I don't like people being lied to. I don't like it. I don't like people just being lied to. You know, I was with someone who used me as a weapon. You know what I mean? Not like a physical weapon, but a spiritual weapon. I didn't know it. This was before I awoke to who I was, right? But they were hiding me away and trying to use me like a 4-leaf clover and all these other line of things, right? Instead of helping me to blossom, you know what I mean? Stand in my power and stuff, you know? And I look back on that and, you know, when people go to past life regression, or they look at their Akashic records and they realize what they were and what they are now, and it doesn't fit together. They were more powerful then. They had everything then. They think they're entitled to have it now. Then they lose sight of what real spirituality is. Real spirituality is knowing that we have to maintain balance within the universe. You were that once. That doesn't mean you're this now. There's a reason for why that all happened. You get what I'm saying? And that's why it's important to know that we shouldn't always look in our Akashic records. We shouldn't always use past life regression. We shouldn't always use those things, because then we get jealous and we get mad at the person that's in line, you know? And then that really blinds us from what spirituality is, you know? It really harnesses hatred. It manifests ugliness, when ultimately it's to maintain balance within all dimensions, all timelines, you know? And when you cause an imbalance, that's bending natural law, spiritual law, you know, and universal. See, that's why we're not always supposed to remember where we came from in the past. We're not always supposed to, and if we are, it's at a time when we risen to our chosen age. We're able to take on that responsibility, take on information and use it wisely, instead of coming sideways and hurting people with that information. You know? I myself, I forgive people for what they've done to me in my life. You know? I do. It was all for a purpose and a reason, right? Like I spoke about Joseph, you know, yesterday. You know, but that doesn't always forgive, you know? It doesn't always forgive in the eyes of, you know, the universe and all that. But for me, I don't carry that baggage anymore. I see the truth of the matters. I know when someone did something very evil. But I'm not going to dredge that into the now, because that cycle is over. It's meant to be over. I'm not carrying anybody else's baggage anymore. That's not me. No. No, I've done it, and I've done the hard work. You know what I mean? And it's taken a while to get there, you know? It takes, you know, they say when you're with someone, right, and you break up, it says it almost takes almost as long to heal as it did the relationship you were in, the length of it, right? Some not so much, because for myself, there were hidden motives. There were, there was a lot of slowing down, a lot of, using me as a weapon and slandering me and making me look like a very ugly person when I just wanted someone to love. And I didn't know it was the person who was trying to manipulate me, trying to, knew who I was, and I didn't for many years, It was very insidious. It was very wrong. But who was puppeting that person? You get what I'm saying? That's why this ugliness needs to stop. You know what I mean? That's why God has shown me these people trying to spin the block, crazy and, spiritual hungry and stuff, It's time to let the past, just like the cycles they try running you through again, It's not meant to be anymore. It's through, it's over. That's done. So look at that, guys. Like, someone in a battle, someone's always going to lose. And the fallout can be ugly, So it's up to you to really look at yourself and know that you're doing right. And to look at what motivated these people to do their things. You know what I'm saying? They got so blinded and so, because they were in lack. Because they were probably told, well, this is what you're going to be in this lifetime, right? They had somebody divinate for them, right? This is what you're meant to be in this lifetime, and that's all you're going to be. For one, they shouldn't have listened to them. Why? It's because you can be anything you want to in this world, as long as you're in alignment with God, right? That doesn't mean backstabbing people and doing what we've been through. But I'm saying, if someone told me, oh, you were this once, but this is what you meant to be now, I would have been like, no, that's not what I'm meant to be now. Because what they're doing is they're trying to create your prophecy. Get what I'm saying? They're trying to create your prophecy so they can keep you under their thumb and run you around false promises, trying to steal somebody's spiritual inheritance. See how that's starting to come full circle on that one? And then, in order to entice them to go after you for your spiritual inheritance, they said, well, this is what they're meant to have. You get how they start playing with their emotions and stuff? Instead of using the discernment, the gifts that God gave them, when they could have said, you know what? Yeah, let them have that. That's meant for them. You know what? I can only imagine what they had to go through before. But see, they listened to the person. Well, what did they go through before? And they lied to them. I know it. Lied to them to get them to go on the original plan. But that's discernment. To not allow someone to blind you and use you for their bidding. We are not meant to be anybody's puppets, owned by anyone. No one. We are meant to be free spirits. Free spirits on earth, helping us to grow and move into 1,000 years of pure light. See, they're trying to slow that down. That's what they're trying to slow down the pure light, because they've invested their entire lives living in the dark, doing dark things and dark deeds. You get where I'm going with this, guys? So they don't want the world to go in 1,000 years light, because that makes them, their ways are obsolete. They're no more, because all they've done is evil and dark. It's like literally they become the minority, and they don't want that. They don't want to be the minority. But see, if they would just change their ways and evolve and ascend by doing better and helping humanity, then they wouldn't be obsolete. They'd be able to come along and start doing good things. But then they've been pigeonholed by these lies. You know what I mean? Imposed beliefs by everybody else around them. They feel like they're in prison. They're chained. Instead of freeing their mind. Like people think that in order to be free from the matrix, you have to have no money, or you have to have all the obscene amount of money in this world, and then you're truly free from the matrix. No, right here, man, right here. The level you're at right here is truly free. You know, they used to say, home is where you lay your head. What's inside your head? I know it's a lot to take in, guys, but, you know, we just, you know, I hope a lot of you have learned that we don't need to dwell in ugly remnants of the past. We don't need to have that fuel us anymore. We have dug into the vibration, have lifted it. We are needed by this world. We are needed by this world to keep raising it and raising it and raising it. You know, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, which you've been in charge to do on this earth. And they've been trying to slow you down. Yes, they've been trying to slow you down. But I think a lot of them are realizing that they have been puppeted. They have been lied to. You know, it gets tiring of being, you know, having to question everybody around you. Start really thinking about their motives. It gets tiring. It really does. It gets old. You know, I believe that we answer to no one but God. We answer to no one but God, truly. He'll send his angels, the guides that want to guide you along the way, your guardians that are there on point with you to keep you safe along the way. Because you're here on an important mission, a one-of-a-kind mission that other people would have buckled. That's why when you get to your spiritual inheritance, when that is yours, you can carry it with respect, honor, knowledge, respect, and not get full of pride and ego and greed, and you won't turn and flip-flop and start wanting to puppet other people and feel like you're God and you need to bow down, like that type of thing, you know? When people get a little bit of power, a little bit of spiritual power, that's what they want to do. They want to subjugate people. God don't like that. God doesn't like that. Do you think when he set his disciples out when Jesus set his disciples out with the power to heal, you know how long they had to go and show their worthiness to Jesus before they got that? Do you know how he would have felt if Brother James, either older or younger, would have turned and started having lunch with demons and saying, yeah, hey, you know what? I'm not going to heal this person. You go ahead and stay inside of him. Nah, you go ahead. You know, I'll just pass you on by. You get what I'm saying? Keeping that in balance when he was supposed to be healing. Think Jesus wouldn't have known it and, nope, sorry, James. Instead of 12 disciples, it would have been 11. But anyways, guys, I've gone on enough. I hope this reaches you with love and kindness. And just know that you're loved. God sees you. You're doing good works. And just keep it up. And know that at times they might seem dark, but you're that light. You get what I'm saying? You might be walking through some darkness, but you're the light for others to see and look and be like, you know what? What are they doing? Not like get all like, ooh, I gotta see, but like, no, what are they doing? I gotta learn that. Like, what? That person, what? They were just strung out on drugs 6 years ago? Like, what? You know what I mean? Whoa. I want what they're doing. That's a part of you guys, you know? You're the example of all of what God can pour into a vessel. You're an example. You have been down some hard, steep, dark roads, you know? But you still that flicker to a flame, man, and you know, you're the one that helps people to believe in God. Because you're the miracle, you're the proof of God. You get what I'm saying? Your story is the proof of God. That's why you had to go through what you had to go through. You getting it? All right. But anyways, guys, God bless. Praise Jesus. Take care, guys. Keep the faith. benefits you.